Hi guys, today we are going to discuss about what is action result classes in our MVC. So my name is Ali and I'm going to start the action result classes concept today. Okay. So as we know that we have different types of action result classes. In MVC, we have different types of action result classes like view result class, partial view result class, JSON result class, redirect result class, redirect to route result class, file result class, and content result class. So all these classes, whatever you see it, it's basically is going to be used before your action method, right? So if you see here, like when we come to this particular Visual Studio, so let's create one basic controller first. Okay. So let me create one simple controller for you all. Okay. Let's say like add, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to stop this debugging. Okay. Now let me go to like right click here and I'm going to select add and I'm going to select controller. Okay. So this is MVC5 empty controller, which I'm going to add it. And let it be the name of the controller name is home controller. That's what I'm going to create it. Okay. Now, as you know that when you create any controller, you will have like action methods, right? And the default method which is going to be created for you, it's going to return for you one action result class as a return type, right? Now, this method, what we see it basically help you to return any type of output based on your return type which you're going to specify here. So suppose that if you're defining integer here, you know that you can return integer as a result, right? So let's see like how it's going to do it. So I'm going to execute this code now. Okay. So when I'm going to execute this, so you will see that we will get the output. Okay. The output we should get as like a 2 as an output, we should get it, right? That's what you're expecting it because we have written in our index method, right? So let's come there. So here I will write my controller name as home and action method as index, right? Now let's see right whether we are going to get the 2 or not here. Okay. So now we will wait for a while. Okay. Now you can see this case, we are getting 2 as an output. Okay. So it's mean that if I am writing here index method and before that method I'm writing integer, so it is going to return me based on whatever I'm specifying the return type. Based on that, it's going to return the result for me, right? Suppose that if I'm writing here string, okay, then it is going to return for a string as a result. Let's say like hello world, right? So again, if I execute this, let's execute once again. Now you can see this, we have got like hello world. So we have written here simply like a home controller and index method we wrote it, right? So when I call like home/index, it's going to return for me hello world as an output. Okay. Now this hello world we got it. Now the thing is, what are the return types you want to write it? You can write it, and based on that, in our MVC action method is going to return the output for us, right? So till now, what we have understood that return type is very important for us, and in that we have like action result class, right? So this is a class which you see it here. It is one of the important class in our MVC, which is help you to return different type of output. Okay. Similar to that, we have other actions result classes also available. Like we have view result class, partial view result class, JSON result class, redirect result class, file result class, content result class. So many other action result classes also available for us. But these actions result class is more important than all that classes. Why we say that? Because it is a parent class for all that child actions classes. Okay. Now here I just want to return view page. If I want to return a view page, what I can do is I can just say like return view. So this action class will support to return a view page also for me. Okay. So it means that if I say like I want to return a view, I need to write return view method, and the return type I need to write action is a class. Okay. Now let me say like right click and I will create one view, add view, I will write it. Okay. And I can say like add. So one index view page is going to be created. So this is my index page. And in this index page, I'm going to write at the rate date time. So date time is nothing but C# code we are going to write it. Okay. Let's say like the time here dot. Now we are going to write it. So I just want to display the current date and time for us. Okay. Now when I execute this, same if I call like index method again, now you can see this, you are going to get an output here, and that particular output will be like current date and time for us. Okay. So let's see the output now again. So it's mean that if you are going to take action is a class, it's going to return for you view page as a result. Okay. And this is what we are going to say here. We are going to get the date and time now. So if you see here date and time now, we can get like proof like yes, it's going to return the result for us, right? So we'll wait for a while. Now you can see this, we are getting current date and time now, right? Now suppose that I don't want to return view page. Instead of it, I just want to return here some content. Like I just want to say like hello world, I want to return it. Okay. Even I don't want to change this action as a class. I don't want to change the return type here. So here return content method, you can write hello world, you can write it. Okay. Now let's execute once again. So this time it's this method keeping the same action as a class and returning different type of output. So with this, we can prove that action is a class is very important class which can return any type of output. So one time it's returning a view page for us, and another time you can see this, it's trying to return for us. What type of result is trying to return for us? If I execute once again this, it's going to return some string as a result. It's going to return it. That is hello world is going to return for us. See, hello world, we got it. And if I want to redirect to some other page, like for example, I just want to redirect to some Google, again, I can take this action as a class. Okay. So I will say like return a redirect method, which I'm going to write it here. And here I'm going to say like http://www.google.com. So like this, I can return by taking one action as a class, multiple type of output. Okay. So let's run this once again. Let's run this once again. And now this time you will see that we are calling home/index. Now we are going to be redirected to the Google page. Okay. So moral of the story is action is a class which is basically a parent class of different types of action as a classes. And all that action as a classes just now we have seen in our PDF, right? In our PPT, right? So this is basically used to return different type of output for us. But our action is a class which we have seen in our code. It is used to return all the different types of output for us. So that's why it is very important class. Action is a class is very important class, because here if you see this action is a class as what do we have it, like view is a class is used to return only the view page. Partial view is a class used to return partial view. JSON used to return JSON as a result for us. Redirect will help you to redirect to some Google page or some other place. And redirect to router as a class will help you to redirect to from one action method to another action method. Okay. And if you want to open a file on a browser, then you can go for file as a class. Or if you don't want to download a file, you can go for file as a class. And if you want to return some string hello world, just now what you see, right? or some XML type of content or some alert message as a content, if you want to return it, then you can go for content is a class. So all these action is a classes, whatever you see, it's basically used to return one type of output. But our action is a class which you are seeing here. It is basically help you not to return like one type of output. It can return any type of output for us. Okay. So see, basically when you write a controller and action method, that method need to return any type of output. Definitely. It's not always that we are going to return view page only. Sometimes the user want to click a button and he want to download a file. He want to navigate to some other page. So for that purpose, we need to write a action as a classes. The reason why I'm taking action as a class, because here I don't know like what I'm going to return it as of now. See, as a demo purpose, sometime I'm returning view, sometime I'm returning redirect, or sometime I'm returning like some other things, right? So based on the return type, you're trying to return the result here. Okay. So actions as a classes, very important. So whenever you create any method, just define this action as a class. Okay. So we will see all these actions as classes in our next video. Okay. So one by one, all the example we'll see it. So please subscribe this channel and share with the people, and so that we can all share our information or our knowledge between all the people. Okay. So thank you. We'll meet again in next video, guys.